Hello and welcome back. You join us on the road once again, heading back to the yard at the moment. Welcome to another episode of Week to Week. Three times I've tried this intro and the phone has rang every time. So welcome back to another video, another week to week video. We are in the car, we're heading back to the yard. It is Tuesday morning. No a lot happened yesterday that was very exciting to show you. One order out for an auger package, and that was about the extent of it. Wasn't it, Winnie boy? We're heading back from the welders just now with a couple of brackets. Been to Hydroquip this morning to get some hose and some hose fittings and couplings. Going to nip by the post office and now drop a couple of orders off, and then I'll get back and I'll show you what's been going on. So another couple of auger package brackets. Going to try and get some paint on them. Hopefully we can get them out this afternoon. We have a bunch of other stuff to go as well. I'll show you around in a minute. There's a flail, a grab and a few auger packages. We also got this delivered just before I left there. An order of GB breakers, 2 GB10s, GB20, some replacement chisels and some show stands, which those will actually come in handy in a couple of weeks because we do have our first trade show. So let me get some paint on these brackets first, let that dry. When that's drying we'll get a couple of other orders packed up and then I will show you around them. My first order to go today is this, a Kanjini TC1 flail. This is a TC1-100. I'll put the specs on the screen here to show you. This is a 1 metre wide direct drive flail for 1.5 to 3 ton excavators. Don't know if you can see there the difference with this one compared to what we normally do these is this one is fitted with what's called knives or Y blades. As standard, we keep them in stock with swinging hammers, which look like this. That's the hammer from a TC1, that's the hammer for the TC2 and 3, that's the bigger one, but that's a swinging hammer. You can see the shape of it there. That's sort of the heavy duty version, if you like. The way I look at it, hammers will do everything that knives will do. Knives won't do everything that hammers will do, but if you're doing hedges or vegetation or something that requires a bit of a nicer finish, then the Y blades, the knives, are not quite as aggressive. So this customer is doing hedges with it, hence why it is fitted with the knives, and hence why it's fitted with this angle bracket as well. I'll put a little clip in here showing me using one of these on a 1.6 to 1.9 ton excavator, and you can see because I don't have the angle bracket, I'm all the way stretched out with the arm of the excavator to get it to vertical, where with the bracket here that should resolve that issue. So I'm going to get this pack. That's also going with this. You alright there? Good. It's also going with this, the Trevi Benny PMZ02 rotating selector grab. We have done the big brother of this, the 03, to the same customer. I'll put a little clip in here of that. It's the exact same rotating selector grab for the same size machines as the flail. Sort of 3 ton. This one is fitted with a bracket for a Takeuchi TB260. And there's a third one to that same order. There is a little ripper tooth going as well. That's also going on a TB230. Excuse the mess in this corner. Nope, we'll get that with the forklift. So yeah, it's first order heading out today. 2 pallets worth, flail and the grab. Let's go get it strapped down and get it ready to get out of here. Next one of the day is pretty much ready. Another auger torque package, a log splitting package this time. The 3500 max drive unit, 300mm tungsten auger, double pin cradle of course with the locking strap for use with the log splitting cone. This is our 250mm cone, but a little clip in here of one working, and this order will be ready to go in a minute. Right, okay, it is 6 PM. I don't know where we're up to today, but good progress made nonetheless. The flail, the grab and 2 auger packages out today as well. A 3500 max package and with a log splitter, and a 4500 max for a customer's Takeuchi TB260 out today as well. So good day on that front. The customer in this afternoon looking at a couple of Komatsu machines as well, so that is hopefully promising. And the big one that I never managed to get much on camera unfortunately, but Kyle was back and we got the NOX Tiltrotator put back together. That was the one from last week with the cracked sleeve. So we got new piston, new sleeve, fitted it, reassembled, got it on the machine. Show you a little bit of footage here of it working, but that is good. Should be good to test it in the morning. All things being well, that should be good to get to the customer. So with that being said, I am heading home, going to get a quick change, going to go to the gym and train for an hour, then I'll get back and catch up with emails and inquiries after that. But all in all, a productive day, albeit not that great a one to show you. I will see you in the morning. Alright, it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday afternoon. We are on the road again. It was shaping up to be one of those weeks where I didn't have much to show you. However, we are heading to Marubeni Komatsu for a quick meeting there this afternoon, so hopefully I'll be able to show you around whatever's. Hopefully they have some cool things in, and if they do I can show you around. So I was about to head over there. Woody boy is in the car with me. Go head over there, catch up with some bits and pieces. Did pack a couple of orders this morning. First one, an X1500 auger package and also a 300mm S4 tungsten auger. They're going to 2 separate customers, and I spent a bit of time hosing up the little D04 HPX grab. I will show you around that later in the week once it is complete. And yeah, that's you kind of up to date. Let's get to Hamilton and hopefully I can show you around.
Now, looks there's an upper shelf.
Tell you what, it's shaping up to be one of those weeks with loads on and absolutely nothing that exciting to show you. Unfortunately, couldn't show you too much there because it had a load of machines in prep for customers that they didn't really want for public viewing. So someday we'll get there and I'll get you a proper tour. But however, we're back. Did a little delivery when we were away. An S40 V bucket and a quick hitch. I will show you that tomorrow. But in the meantime, I was also speaking to Andrew as well, and we have a really cool NOX Tiltrotator inquiry from the US. So once some more details on that emerge, I'll fill you in on that as well. But for the time being, I'm going to lock up here, get on the road. Laura and I need to go do a little delivery of a hitch bracket. It was one that was missing from an order at the weekends. We're going to go and do that, get back, and then I've got a bunch of inquiries again. So apologies this week. So far hasn't been anything too exciting to show you. It is what it is. We show you what's going on here. Oh, one other thing, just when I'm standing here and it's dark, as you've been keeping up to date with our videos, you'll know we're making progress on our new offices. Check this progress. Yes, would you look at that? Oh, it's dark in here. Look there. Be light. Light and power in both of the offices, as of this afternoon, so that is very, very good progress. But yeah, we're showing you what's going on. I don't make things up on here, but apologies, it's not been too exciting so far, and we will see you in the morning. Horrible day. We really need to fix that downpipe to the storm before we get in the door without getting soaked. Go. Come on. Oh, Thursday morning. We have a stack of stuff to be doing. We should have somebody coming to pick that up for lunchtime today. I'll show you around that from last night. And oh, should be somebody coming to pick up that, what's in that box as well. So we'll get some of them cracked open in a minute. But first, a couple of, well, first let's get some lights on in here. And then with a couple of orders to get a start on. Hopefully can get them out this morning as well. Flail assembled and ready to go. This is a Kanjini TC2-120. I'll put the specs here on the screen to show you. This is the 1.2 metre wide TC2 version. So this is belt driven. So you've got hydraulic hoses there, flow and return, valve block, hydraulic motor that you can't quite see through there. It drives a pulley, drives the belt, which in turn drives the drum. This is the swing and hammer version. This is how we keep most of our flails as standard. It's fitted with these style of heavy duty swing and hammers. And we have fitted this with the optional floating kit. So that is that piece there. It can obviously mount anywhere along the top rail, and this bracket can come off and mount directly on the flail as well if required. This is going on the customer's JCB 3CX, but the floating kit, literally, as its name suggests, you set it down and you almost pull the flail along and it can ride the contours of the ground while cutting. I'll put a little clip of that in here of the floating kit working, and then hopefully, as I say, we get some video clips of this working on the customer's machine. So thank you again, James, for your business, much appreciated. This will be en route today, should be there tomorrow. We are also waiting on a customer coming to collect this. It's a Kinshofer D09 HPX rotating selector grab. As I say, this is a rotating version, so you've got your rotator from there to there, and then your HPX drive on the bottom of that. This is generally for a sort of 8 to 10 tonne size excavator. However, this one is going for a little bit of a special project. Hopefully in time I can share with you. In the meantime, I'm going to go and wrap up that flail, get it ready to go before the customer comes to pick up this grab. Here is the other couple of things going today. Our customer coming to pick this up. A little keen attachments, auto locking manual quick hitch. It's got our customer's Kubota mini digger. And also, arrived yesterday of course, an S40 V-bucket. That's going to a customer in the north of Scotland, going on the 5 tonne excavator. A bit of a variety of things happening today. I'm going to get this V-bucket wrapped and ready to go, hopefully before the customer for the grab and the quick hitch comes in. I said it yesterday and it's the exact same again today. Absolutely loads happening, but nothing that's that terribly exciting to actually show you. Let me update you on what's been going on. Had a customer needing a replacement auger drive motor. Needed it in a hurry, we didn't have it. Short story long, we've taken it out of a new drive, so that is a gearbox for 25,000 max. There's a hood over there, just so we could get them going with the motor. Laura was in for a bit. We got some things sorted out there marketing wise, so that took up a little bit of time. Customer had just been in, customer was in for the grab, customer's just been in for the little quick hitch, and I've had first test run on the Kinshofer grab, so let me show you that working. So that all works as it should. We've amended the guard here protect the solenoid, tested the solenoid, it works. The only thing, and it's a bit of a pain, but let me try and explain. So this solenoid, customer that's buying this grab only has a single auxiliary circuit on his machine. So assume his machine is a hydraulic pack. So these two hoses will come in, that then splits out to 4, 2 in, 4 out, 2 pairs of outputs, and this bottom one I have plumbed in to the rotation, which you've seen working just now, and the 2 on the side I have plumbed into the grab open and close. Now I've tested the solenoid, tested the grab open and close, all good, switches between it. However, I think I'm going to repipe it slightly and make the default open and close. Then when you power the solenoid, it's rotate. It's annoying me to do it because it means I need to take half these hoses back off, readjust the size, go again, but it's the right way. There's no getting away from the fact that it's the right way to do it. So finish working on that tomorrow. Probably won't get it out tomorrow, but it will be ready to go Monday. Other than that, what's been happening? Load of stuff. Got a few orders in for attachments. We need to go get brackets made for, and we need to get some bits and pieces dispatched. Work on that again tomorrow, but for the time being I am going to go to the gym. I'm going to train for an hour. I'm going to get up the road, I'm going to work with Laura because we're sending out some special offer emails on the 80 and the PC55, so I'm going to go and get that done. Meanwhile, it's been a few weeks since we had an Attachment Company USA update, so let's do it. As you'll know, if you've watched any of the previous videos, we sent over a Takeuchi TB260 to be our demo machine over in Denver. It arrived a few weeks ago. I'm sure I showed you on one of the episodes. Anyway, our plan was always to install a NOX Tiltrotator on it, so we've done that. She's up and running. Let me give you to Andrew for the update.
We are installing this NOX Tiltrotator on this Takeuchi TB260. First thing that we've done is we've opted for a sandwich setup for this machine. That means instead of directly mounting the tiltrotator on the dipper arm of the machine, we are going to put a coupler on the machine that picks up the tiltrotator that matches the coupler underneath the tiltrotator to make it easy to drop it off if you ever needed to do heavy digging or drop the NOX off for a service or you had any issues, anything like that. So the first thing that we've done is we've removed this standard hydraulic quick coupler. This is a, I don't know actually what brand it is, but this is a regular pin grabber style coupler that picks up a range of pin dimensions, 45mm pin dimensions for this size of machine, and we've replaced it with this Kinsofer S40 quick coupler. S40 just stands for 40mm pins, so basically this picks up a specific pin spread, width and centres that is specific to the S40. That's sort of what we recommend on this size machine to keep the build height down and keep it as narrow as possible. Obviously the NOX Tiltrotator having no hydraulic cylinders, the main benefit is the width of it. So this was easy. This was the first step in getting it done. This machine was already plumbed for the quick coupler, so we basically just removed this one, and we had to get some new hoses made, and we installed this one. There's still a little cover plate to go back on there, but the main reason for doing this, and it's kind of hard to see from videos, is to save build height. One of the number one concerns when adding a tiltrotator on the machine is obviously this amount of extra height on the end of the dipper. So the S40 design keeps that as compact as possible on top and the bottom, while you can put a pin grabber underneath as normal. It adds a lot more height underneath the NOX, and then you could either directly mount it or sandwich it with, say, this regular pin grabber, but that would make a really big tall solution. So we think the S40 sandwich is the way to go. So that's what we've got on this machine. And this is our Tiltrotator style grading bucket. So as I mentioned, that's on S40. So we can actually pick that up with the machine or the Tiltrotator. So we'll pick it up with the machine just to make sure the coupler's working all right. And then we'll get on to the next step. So that's our S40 coupler installed. As you can see, it picked up this bucket, no problem. So that seems to be all good. We measured these hoses. The hoses are not perfect. They probably need a 45-degree angle on this fitting just to steer them away from the H-link here. But they're not perfect, but they'll do the job for right now. We're not going to be using it on any job sites, but that's why we've left that cover plate off, is just to sort that. But that's the first step done. So that will let us pick up this once we get it back from the show. The next step will be running the boom cable from this back into the cab of the machine and making a start on installing the new joysticks and the control screen. Once we pick up the NOX with the coupler, we start to run the boom cable and make a plan for getting it into the cab of the machine. Whilst John was doing that, I worked on making up the hoses, basically measuring the length and crimping on the ends, installing the flat face couplers that suit the machine, and then running the boom cable next to that hose and through the protective sleeve. While I was working on that, John is working on getting the boom cable into the cab. Here's the hoses all finished up. Then we worked on getting the boom cable into the cab, situating the modules that the boom cables go into to control the control screen and the new joysticks. We pretty much take all the interior out of the machine, the seat and all the trim, to give us as much room to work with. Then once we get the boom cable in, the next job will be to mount the module and run the wiring for the new joysticks. The benefits of this setup lets us drop the whole Tiltrotator off the machine pretty easily by just dropping it and disconnecting the boom cable and the two hoses. This means we can pick up any other work tools when we don't need the Tiltrotator, or if it needs a service or a repair. Then it's easy to pick back up and just connect your hoses and get back to work. Next step will be setting up the cab and the control systems and getting the unit to tilt and rotate.
Jump. Yeah, go, Mum. Anybody here? Stay there. Here. Hopefully you can tell by the state of Woody Boy there that it is fairly horrible weather outside this morning. It is Friday morning. Hopefully the volume on this is alright. It's not too noisy because it is, as I say, terrible weather outside. But Laura's been in, she's away over with the pickup to the engineers with 3 different jobs. One is a bit of a rush one we could do with getting out this afternoon. I'll show you around that once we go back and pick it up. I've also strapped down and wrapped up the V bucket that we looked around yesterday, and I'm going to get some more bits and pieces done on the computer here while I wait on Laura coming back. Week to week, or last week's episode is ready to go out, so I'm just going to quickly look over that, make the title and stuff for that while I'm waiting on her, and then we'll take the rest of the day from there. Absolutely wild out there. So Laura's back with a pickup. We're just waiting on John and Grant getting the tree shear bracket done. I'm going to run back, pick it up, and we can get it out today as well. Again, I hope you can hear me okay, because it is loud in here. But while we're waiting, let's go take a spin round the local tractor dealership, Bryson Tractors. We've been there before, weeks ago on one of these videos, but they have a bit of a special Milwaukee Open day on. So let's go spin round there first, take half an hour, do that, then we'll go pick this shear back up. Right, we've secured some goods. We need to go back actually this afternoon and pick up one other bit. The actual bit I went for, but they're expecting it in later on, so we'll go back, pick that up, and then I'll show you around everything we've got. And in the meantime, the tree shear bracket is ready, so we're going to go nip over, pick that up, get back to the yard, get it wrapped up, and get it ready to go this afternoon. Well, you really need to get that downpipe fixed. Look, might need to try getting the door. Come on, in you go. Wild out there. Wild out there, folk. Right, let's get this shear off and ready to go. There it is, ready to go. It is a Trevi Benny WL200 tree shear with a bracket on it with 50mm pins for the customer's 8-ton excavator. The WL200, that is your maximum cut diameter, 200mm. This is a single arm tree shear with a fixed blade. This is the big brother of the 150 that we done last week or the week before. I'll put a picture in here just to show you that anyway. This is the big brother version. Bolted up, hosed up, couplers on it, ready to go to work. So thank you again, Shane, for the business. It is very much appreciated. I look forward to seeing this out on a site, going to work, taking down some trees. Back at the yard, we're over at the welders earlier. Got a couple of pins modified. That's for a job for Monday, so thanks to John and Grant for that. I'll put a little bit of footage in here. Basically we're just turning down the diameter of them. And I've got the Milwaukee haul from earlier, so let me show you around what we got on that as well. Laura, what'd you get?
New gloves.
New gloves. We got some pack out gear, that's for the workshop for hanging up some batteries and tools. A couple extra pack outs for the tools that we use when we're on site. Also for that, picked up a first aid kit, figured was handy. New dead blow hammer, little short M18 half-inch impact, new battery, and an M18 heat gun. So yeah, way more than we needed. Probably way more than we needed to spend, but there you go. Some upgrades to the workshop tool set. Bit of storm damage repair to do now. If we can, I don't know if I can lift this. (1 PM Saturday afternoon, spent, you maybe can't see it on the camera, spent some time this morning doing a tidy up in here, and it was badly needed. I said when we started back in January that we would take every Friday in the afternoon for an hour and tidy up, and that has just not happened. But it looks way better in here and just gives you a sense of calm when you get a bit of time just to do some tidying up. Also spent some time starting to replumb the grab that we done the other day. I'll roll the footage in here as I'm talking. So I swapped the hoses round for the open and close, and that is now working as a default function. However, I can't get it finished because we are out of hose fittings So excuse the mess here, this is a bit of left to tidy up, put my tools away. But essentially that's a metric, that's an M20 metric hose end. These hoses are now too short and I can't remake them because I don't have any more of these ends. Worry about. Hello there. I don't have any more of these ends, so I'll need to do that on Monday. Are you fine? Are you okay there? Right. So that's Monday's job. I have tested it though and got it on the test rig. She's open and closing. Again, I'll play that as I am talking. She's open and closing perfectly fine. So only thing left to do is replumb in what will be this circuit. These two hoses will come down here. I've got them blanked off at the moment, if you can see, and that'll work to rotate when the solenoid is energised. So that's good on that front. I'm going to do now. Oh, I also brought a couple of brackets back for the welders yesterday. I've got paint on them. I'm waiting on them drying. We were supposed to have somebody in for a job interview this morning, however that sadly fell through. He kind of let us know last minute that something had came up personally and he wasn't able to make it in, which is unfortunate, but I hope everybody is okay. I'm going to go take half an hour just now and run up this Volvo with the NOX Tiltrotator on it, because that really do with getting back to the customer, and I want to run it at least for 20 minutes, half an hour, just make sure she's good, make sure it's all sealed up and we don't have a leak, because there's nothing worse than giving a customer something back after we claim it's fixed that goes straight out to work and leaking right away. So I'm going to go and do that just now. Let's go. So if you've not been keeping up, this is a Kinshofer NOX TR14 tilt rotator on a customer's EC140. It's the one that was leaking from the tilt piston. I might be able to put a clip in here just to show you, but it was leaking out of there. We went to site to diagnose it, then the machine came back into us to get repaired. We assumed it was a seal kit, that was until we stripped it and we found a cracked piston sleeve. So that's been fixed, put back together. We've done that Saturday past. Got it fitted up there as you've seen during the week, so I'm going to run it up just now, make sure she is good to go. Get it. Get it. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind, right? That needs a little bit more setup time spent on it, but so far seems to be good. Laura's here, we're going to go get some lunch, then we'll get back and hopefully get a bit done this afternoon. Quick screw fix stop for some paint, then over to the carpet shop, see if we can get ourselves some carpets ordered for the office, and that should be really good. I'm excited to see it finished, so yeah, we'll get a quick look in there.
Yeah,
5 PM Saturday evening and I am going home. Spent some time getting the offices masked up. Just got one window left to do through here. Hopefully you can hear me, it's not too echoey. Don't worry, I don't have any lights. It's been masked up. That window left to do tomorrow. And I will be ready to get some paint on the two offices, which would be excellent progress. If I can get that done tomorrow, with both of these, at least a couple of coats on them, then that'll be cracking progress for the weekend. However, as I say, it is 5 PM and I am going home because Laura and I are going out for our tea this evening. Good day on the whole. So say, hopefully I'll be back down for a couple of hours tomorrow, get the offices painted. See if you ever plan on painting a large area and you think, oh, we'll buy an electric paint sprayer, it'll make the job much quicker. Don't bother, because that's a mess. I've wasted a load of paint and I still can't get it to work. So guess where we're going? Back to our favourite place these days till we get another option, because I can't leave it like that because that's a mess. And yeah, an hour and a half spent at it and we've got absolutely nowhere. But there's a nifty screw fix. Get yourself a proper roller and get at least one of these done today. There's a reason the original paint roller is the way to paint rooms, because the way we started out there, it was looking a complete mess, but it looks a whole lot better now. This room was starting to look like a Jackson Pollock. We'll get it rolled on and it looks starting to look a whole lot better. We were advised by the plasterer to just do a light watered down coat to begin with, so that's exactly what I've done. It's a bit of a sealant, if you like, and I'll come back round start of the week and do a proper full white coat, but I'm going to leave that time to dry. I'm going to cut all the edges in as well before I go home, and then that will probably do us for today. I do have a stack of emails I want to get back to before the end of the week, so I'll go home and do that for a bit as well. On that note though, thank you very much if you made it all the way to the end of this week's video. Again, it is thoroughly appreciated. Let us know in the comments what you thought of it, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, whatever. Let us know and I can include it in future videos. When you're there, leaving a comment, hit like, hit subscribe as well, it'd be doing us a massive favour, and I will catch you next week.